Oof, my neck has really been hurting from that whiplash. The market just keeps going up and down, folks. Is this the rodeo? Because I don't think I signed up for no rodeo. But of course, it's always up to us as traders to stay dedicated to the process. Keep our heads down and grind. So bring it on. We're going to be staying dedicated to the process. That being said, there's a lot of opportunities. In fact, we've had lots of big wins in the NFT space. And with that, we need to talk about the stocks that I see as having doubling potential, as well as some updates on some of our other plays. And the only thing I ask in return is that you hit that ravishing like button, and also don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so first, some updates on our major plays. So Lucid announced that the high-end version of their Lucid Air sedan is sold out. That means over 8,000 reservations. Of course, as we know, cough, Lordstown looking at you, reservations and pre-orders aren't guarantees that people are going to buy, but they are an indicator for demand. Especially in this case because the reservation for the top-of-the-line model is $7,500. Though it is refundable, that's quite a chunk of change for a pre-order. Pretty bad day for the ARK Innovator stocks. Started off fairly strong in the pre-market and then boom, beat down like a rabid dog. One of the things that I want to warn you about is I know that a lot of you hold high conviction plays in a lot of ARK Innovator type stocks. Maybe they're some of the ones that we've talked about. Maybe they are some of the ones that you found on your own. Maybe you followed ARK, maybe you followed somebody else. I don't know. One of the things that's really worried me is that I've been seeing a lot of comments from people panic selling stocks like PLTR or NEO. Are they doing this because they're not getting that instant gratification? And the worst part actually here is that they go and they take that capital that they just sold out of PLTR or Tesla or NEO or whatever high conviction play they have, and then they go and dump that into the next shiny object, the stocks that are running, which would be fine, but then they treat these shiny new objects as high conviction plays when actually they're not. Here's the deal. A shiny new runner that's going up 100, 200, 300% in a day, or in a week or whatever, such as say the NFT plays right now. Those are not the type of companies that you want to get stuck with over the medium or long term. Those are what we call hype plays. You get in, you get out. With something like a PLTR or a NEO or a Tesla, you're valuing it and then you're buying it at a good deal and then you're just holding through the volatility because you believe in it. With a short-term play, you're riding the fluctuations and you're taking in profits because you don't believe the hype will last forever. Before you jump from a good play to a bad play just because it's not performing yet, I think that you owe it to yourself to take some time to actually re-dig into why you bought that stock in the first place. If you were wrong with your analysis, then that's fine, sell out, put it somewhere else. But if you're simply selling a long-term conviction play simply because the market isn't telling you that it's working right now, and then you're gonna go throw that into something that you don't even really believe in just because it's running, remember, different types of plays have different types of strengths. Some plays give you more instant gratification if you can catch the hype. Other plays, you could just buy it and you don't eat the hype immediately. The key is being intentional when you go into the position. I think one of the biggest issues is that people get their self-confidence in their plays, not from their own due diligence, not from their own experience, but from what the market is telling them in the moment. You cannot rely on market cycles to tell you what is valuable and what is not. You have to rely on your own due diligence and work ethic. When I look at a stock price, what I see is, hey, this is what the crowd thinks it's worth. However, as traders, our goal is to differentiate ourselves from the crowd, getting ahead of the crowd. Okay, next update. So Elon Musk said this morning that you can now buy Teslas using Bitcoin. Of course, I had to go ahead and confirm this on Tesla's website, and yes, indeed, you can now buy them using Bitcoin as a third option. That, of course, gives the currency a lot of damn credibility, and that's why we saw a decent bounce in Bitcoin today. Of course, the market overall was pretty unforgiving, and we saw our crypto miners sell off, but on the bright side, we continue to see huge trends into NFTs. In terms of morning briefing plays and channel plays that ran the most this week and last week, well, the clear trend of winners has been in the NFT space. And the first one I want to talk to you about is WKEY. WKEY was one of the NFT plays on our briefing list this morning of plays that I think are worth snapping up at a dip. Why do I say snap these up at a dip? Well, because every single NFT goes up in hype cycles. It goes rum and then boom and then rum and then boom. Hype cycles 101. If you think about it, even our best NFT play from the last week, TKAT. Very, very good play. We called it out back here, but guess what? If you had held and hoped with it, you just got in and forgot about it, well, it would have been a disaster. These are plays that you buy the dip on, you ride the hype, and you lock in profits during the uptrend. You set a trailing stop loss so that when it starts turning back, well, you got some profits locked in. Going back to my short-term versus long-term spiel, that's the difference. With these plays, we don't believe in them over the long term. I do believe in the NFT space. But we're way ahead of our time for NFTs. Right now we're in a hype cycle. Let's exploit the hype cycle while it's here. But anyways, WKEY ran up 100+% today. This was as they introduced Wise.art, which issues a digital certificate of authenticity that lives forever on a blockchain. This company is interesting because they're already in the business of offering digital security. For example, their digital identity program already protects over 2 million real objects and uses blockchain technology to do so. The way that it works is you take a picture of a physical painting with a WISeKey chip in it, it, and then it's transferred to their platform where it's protected by a digital certification run on the blockchain. That way it becomes harder to sell on the secondary market, because if it's on the blockchain, you have a transaction history and you can see exactly where it's been and where it hasn't been. And whoever actually has that certificate is the real owner. So you could steal a painting, but it's going to be easy to find who the real painting's owner is if it's registered using this sort of technique. So shout out if you caught this rally, but I think we're going to get another big dip. Look at the past. Every single time it's run, guess what? It's dipped. Hype Cycles 101. Make sure you're getting this at a dip. Full list here for ZipTrader U members, and I guess you guys do because I'm posting it publicly, so you have no excuses not to follow this list. When I say follow, I mean put on your watch list. If you see it beat down really rapidly, start thinking about, hey, 30, 40, 50% down, we're getting to a point where it's a good damn deal. But you don't want to be random with these plays. Be intentional. Concrete entry and concrete exit point. Write down what needs to happen for you to enter. I'm going to enter if it's 50% down and showing some signs of recovery. I'm going to sell out if it hits so-and-so price, if it goes down 5, 10% after an uptrend. Whatever you want to do, make sure that you have an entry and exit plan. So CSCW was a new play this morning, which ran quite a lot today. One that we did brief on in the pre-market amidst what was a sell-off at the time. But what you need to know is that CSCW is ColorStar. ColorStar offers a global interactive entertainment platform. Covers online performances, celebrity courses, and live interactions with well-known figures. But the reason that it's taking off is because it announced that it will be collaborating with Delman to eventually launch a copyright trading platform to allow people to trade their copyrights on the blockchain for different things like art and other intellectual property. Obviously, one of the big things about NFTs is that you can be an original creator and sell the original artwork. Otherwise, people can just take a picture of it or download it and reproduce it that way. But this way, you actually have sort of a way to copyright it and keep it in-house. You have one certificate on one piece of digital art. So the idea behind this platform seems to be to make this a little bit more open and fluid. At least that's what they said. They're trying to make a platform that makes it easy for individual artists and people that may have talent to go and introduce their NFTs to the world and sell them on a public market. Very interesting stuff. This is definitely not the last time we'll see this company. I also want to clear up some questions on TKAT. This is one that we called out in our last This Will Double video. We called that out in the low 20s and it ran up to 74 bucks before cooling off. Back on the video on the 17th, I said we want a dip. We want a massive dip. 30, 40, 50, 60% drop. We need to let it breathe. We're playing the hype cycles, not letting the hype cycles play us. And then on Monday, I congratulated folks who rode the wave after the dips. We had some folks who were confused on what dip buying really means and what waiting for a pushback means. So I want to be a little bit more clear. When I say pushback, especially in regards to NFT plays or hype plays in general, what I'm talking about is I want a pushback that is similar to the previous pushbacks on the chart. That's what we said on last week's video, and that's what we continue to say. Why? Because hype plays have tons and tons of examples of going up massively and then selling off. We got this 30% drop, we got this 50% drop, and we had this over 45% drop. All of those were decent opportunities to buy the dip. Now, obviously, you're never going to catch the bottom, but if you can buy the dip when it's showing signs of recovery, when it's starting to go up a little bit, that's when you can get in and sort of ride the more likely momentum. But in terms of TKAT moving forward, we are looking very, very juicy for a rinse and repeat soon. Remember, the key is to buy the dip and then lock in profits during the uptrend on these short-term plays. Okay, the other one I want to talk about is HOFV and DLPN. They had a fun week after announcing a new partnership, basically offering non-fungible tokens to professional football and sports entertainment. The CEO said HOFV is a leader at the crossroads of professional football and entertainment, which makes them an interesting partner for Dolphin's new NFT division. Blah, 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 blah. Ability to design, produce, release, promote NFTs will deliver tremendous value for this powerful partnership. Both very interesting plays here. Let's get some more selling off before we start talking about this as an add money to play. Okay, folks, now for our requested ticker of the day, PLTR. Okay, so people are asking whether the upcoming demo day on April 14th could serve as a positive catalyst for PLTR. On that demo day, they will be doing an event called Double Click. On that day, Palantir will demonstrate how it uses its software across 40 different industries with a ton of different clients. The notable clients that will be showcased are Merck, the NIH, NHS, 3M, BP, PG&E, and others. So one would say that, hey, PLTR demonstrating how well their platform works across a myriad of different sectors is a big deal. And yeah, of course, definitely potential catalyst, but this market doesn't really seem to care about good news or publicity. In fact, PLTR got the mother of good news just a couple weeks ago that they were going to be partnered with AWS and that all of AWS's massive amount of clients were going to be able to use Palantir software. PLTR basically didn't react at all. In fact, I think it reacted by dropping. What I will say is that during euphoric markets, everything overreacts to good news. People react positively first, ask questions second. During markets of dysphoria, everything underreacts or doesn't react at all to good news. In a market of dysphoria, Good news is like no news is bad news, and bad news is really bad news. So I mean, do I believe in PLTR? Absolutely. My conviction hasn't changed. Do I think that this market is willing to hear good news or good catalysts for some of these plays? I don't think so. PLTR definitely fits into that medium to long-term play bucket. You have to be willing not to have instant gratification with this play. I've seen some comments where people are like, oh, this is my 54th day of buying the dip on PLTR. I hear you. We all want things to go up a lot faster than they do. But the problem is, historically, you're going to get periods where things are slow. You're going to get periods where things are too fast. You're going to get periods where things are too bad. The key is playing the market cycles, not letting the cycles play you. Anyways, folks, that caps off the video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us below or join us in ZipTrader Circle. If you'd like to learn how to trade, would like access to our private chat and daily morning briefings, we'll go ahead and check out ZipTrader U in the comment section below or in the description below. I have a link. If you'd like 2 free stocks and you're wondering what broker to trade these stocks on, well, Webull is a fantastic broker, and I'll put a link to them below. And as always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.